This is Kickoff on talkSPORT. It's Darren Lewis, Danny Murphy and Natalie Sawyer. Let's take you to the Northern Ireland World Cup qualifiers. They're taking on Luxembourg. There's been a goal for Denise Watson.
Thanks, Natalie. Yes, they've just blown for half-time here, but it's Northern Ireland 1, Luxembourg 0. The goal coming from a penalty on 43 minutes. Jamie Donnelly converting the spot kick. The referee had gone, it took him a few minutes, he had to go check VAR. Luxembourg's Christopher Martins had caught Kieran Brown and brought him down. So we've just, actually the whistle's just gone here at half-time at Windsor Park. It's Northern Ireland 1, Luxembourg 0.
Denise, thank you very much. We'll keep you posted on how that one fares, because as much as Northern Ireland can't qualify through this campaign, they have through the Nations League. So I'm sure Michael O'Neill is all about momentum, avoiding yellow cards just in case when those playoffs come around. But let's talk some domestic matters right now, shall we? And an interesting story that talkSPORT understands with regards to Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo, which is that he has a release clause in his contract of £65 million. Now, it's meant to further diminish this summer as well. The clause... it's like we're in Panto. Ooh, it's Panto season 6.
I haven't been to Panto for years.
No, me neither.
I thought you were going to go, oh, no, he doesn't.
There you go.
I'm better than that.
Are you? So, Antoine Semenyo, if clubs are now knowing about this clause, which I assume they're allowed to know, unlike the Morgan Gibbs-White one.
Well, the clubs will always know about every clause with every player because the agent will quickly...
Yeah, but technically the reason he didn't leave, as we all know, is Forrest said that should never have been revealed. Why are you making that face?
No, I think the reason he didn't leave is because the owner wouldn't let him, and he rewarded him with a nice big contract to soften the blow.
True.
I don't think it was anything to do with that getting... They might have used that.
No, that's... Okay, yeah, but that was what was said.
Semenyo...
It's very picky. Definitely should not be allowed to go out before we come on air.
It's been a long day, actually. I think, irrelevant of whether the clause stays or diminishes, his biggest problem is going to be who to choose.
Yes, I was going to ask.
Because... he's now adapted himself to this level and become very comfortable with it. He's a game changer. He makes things happen, can play both sides, quick, strong, brilliant in the air. Does his defensive work, as you need to do these days. He's going to improve any squad, isn't he? You know, whether he goes to one of the best teams and is part of a squad rather than always playing. But I can't think of one of the big teams that wouldn't take him.
Well, if you believe some of the rumours, Spurs, Manchester United are considering a...
No, I said big teams.
Okay.
Yay.
I'm coming to that because we also understand Liverpool hold an interest as well heading into the new year. Liverpool, do they need Antoine Semenyo with all the options they already have?
Right, you lot, forget all that scrolling past. You always keep watching my stuff, you watch Simon's stuff, and any other channel, you like all their crap stuff. Stop, subscribe, you know what to do. Stop messing about.
I'd say yes, because he's obviously not a big fan of Chiesa. The strength of Liverpool last year really, Diaz, who played a lot of games centre forward, but Diaz played his best stuff off the left, and they didn't really replace him. Jota could play wide on occasion when he needed to. And if you're thinking about Salah and you're thinking right side long term, Semenyo's equally happy on the right as he is on the left. You've got African nations coming up if you wanted to try and get him in January. Chiesa can play on the right and Frimpong can, but I don't think Slot fancies either of them to play that position. I may be wrong with Frimpong. Maybe we've seen him play there once and he struggled a bit on the night when he played there. So do they need him? Yes. They could certainly, he'd enhance their forward line for sure. And I'm just trying to think of the other big teams. Of course, United would need him. Could be an attractive one for him because he probably feels like he could maybe get in a team. Arsenal, question mark, because you've got Saka Madueke, who they're very happy with. I think most Arsenal fans would think he could push for a place on the left wing with Martinelli and Trossard, but are we going to see Eza play more on the left when Odegaard's fit? Is it too many options?
I think it might be.
So it might be. might be no for Arsenal. City, I think. I mean, Doku's playing out of his skin at the minute, of course, unbelievable performances, and rightly in the team. But
if you were Semenyo, excuse me, and City wanted you, and so you thought, well, I'm at Bournemouth, City want me, it's City, I'll get games here and there, but I'll have to accept in the short term I'm going to be on the bench behind Doku. Would you make the move?
no, because I think he probably has huge belief in himself that he can play in any of the teams. And I think it would come down to the sell of the manager. Now, a lot of players don't necessarily move to a club because of what the manager says. There's other factors: location, wages, family, all different things. But when you're going to have a choice like he has, I think the money will probably be pretty equal at the bigger clubs. It's going to be which manager makes him feel special, which manager sells him not the project, sells him the dream for him. So, because all players we all had egos. Like, as soon as you meet a manager, you can. I've done it where I've gone to meet managers of clubs, and before I've gone, I could tell you who I'm going to sign for.
Okay.
But then don't. You know, it's
because of the manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they just make you feel like they know so much about you.
So give us one manager that they just convinced you.
Well, I went to talk when I left Liverpool. It was a difficult one. I spoke to Charlton, Tottenham, and Everton, and before I spoke to any of them, I thought Tottenham was the obvious choice. Not because Everton wasn't as big a club. It was more because of the Liverpool Everton thing, and Everton had been struggling down near the bottom. So I was thinking, well, I'll go and speak to them all because it's what educate yourself. Everton, Moisey's good as gold, but it was going to be a battle. It was going to be a fight. They didn't have that much money to spend. Rooney was leaving. Blah blah blah. I go down to Tottenham and they'd employed a guy called Jacques Santini, a French guy, manager at the time. And although Frank Arneson was a technical director and sold the club very well, I was trying to talk to Jacques Santini about me and where I play and all that, and he didn't really have a clue about me. And then I went to meet Curbs. Curbs had watched me a million times, knew all the positions I played, told me where I was going to play in his team, what he was going to do around me, who he was trying to sign, blah, 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 blah. It was like, oh my God, like the one team I thought, nah.
Yeah.
And it just felt right because the manager made me think, he really wants me. He knows everything about me.
So he made you feel important.
Yeah.
I've just got this image of Santini looking you up on Wikipedia.
No, well, well, Frank knew me quite well. Santini only knew a little bit because he'd actually phoned Gerard Houllier. And Houllier had said to him, take him.
Yeah.
But then when I said to him, well, where am I going to play? Where do you see me playing? And he was like, oh, we've got lots of players to come in and, we worked this out. And I was like...
It's like Jacques Santini's in the room.
Exactly. We won't work this out because this is a big move for me.
Just on Semenyo, I do know that Spurs were very, very interested in taking him last summer. And Man United as well.
He's got Man U and Liverpool in. He's not going Spurs.
But listen, it's hard. To be honest with you, I think you're right. Because I think Mbeumo, as you know, were in a similar situation.
Thomas Frank wanted him.
And yeah, Man United, the people, and I now know this from what I know, their position in the league doesn't matter a lick. They are Man United. And players, if they express an interest in players, a lot of players still want to go.
Well, the only thing with Semenyo that I would say, but I'm a bit dismissive of Tottenham there because they are a big club, but I don't know who he supports and I don't know where he's from. Because London's a big draw for people. But if you're talking about Liverpool, Man United, from a wage perspective, Liverpool would drown Tottenham wages.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So that would be a fact as well if you're signing a 5-year deal. And let's be right about this. He'll be earning okay at Bournemouth. But this next deal he gets if he moves will secure the rest of his life.
Yes.
So that will be a factor. And he will look at the Liverpool squad and he'll think, Salah is nearing the end. He'll be thinking, Gakpo, am I better than him? He'll believe he is, probably. I don't, Man United, he might, I don't know how, as I say, who he supports and where he's from, but Man United, similar, massive club, probably thinks I could get in that team.
You say Salah near the end, and I know you don't mean that.
Well, as in just an age, I don't mean form even necessarily. It's just there's a long, if you're signing a 5-year deal and you want to play wide in a team, and you think, well, okay, Salah might be there another year, 18 months.
By the way,
just wanted
Antoine
to ask-
Semenyo is born in Chelsea, but he
He's
is
gone
an
in.
Arsenal fan.
Oh, is he Arsenal?
But he plays for Ghana, yeah.
Is he Arsenal? fan?
But what I was going to ask you is one of those questions that I would have had if I was listening to this show driving through London, which is if you a club wants you and you've got a legend in the position that you would play, right? Do you think how long is near the end? Yeah, is it 2 seasons? Is it 1 season?
It's a season normally, you think about it. But I don't think he'd look at it like that anyway, because he generally plays more off the left than the right.
Yeah.
And I think he prefers playing off the left than the right.
Mm.
And he probably
Does his best work off the left.
Yeah, and he probably looks at the left side and think at Liverpool, maybe not United, actually, because Mateus Cunha plays in that position at the moment. And Semenyo's not going to be a wing-back, is he?
No.
So will he want to play as an inverted 10? Is he a United type? Because he's a winger.
Mm.
So that might be a problem. The thing for me, not all, but I think the majority of footballers, and we saw this with Eze, didn't we? Or, when he went to Arsenal rather than Tottenham. If Arsenal did want him, and they think we'll get rid of one to bring him in, and he's an Arsenal fan, it's such a big pull. It really is. If you grew up supporting a team, and then they come in for you.
But again, Eze there, £68 million. It's a big call to basically say, I'll go there, even though this player is there, who's only going to get better. And to be fair, Martinelli's had a great start to the season before he got injured.
Well, Trossard's been playing great.
Trossard's been playing really well as well. So there's 3 seriously good players.
There is, but you would think that if Arteta or Arsenal decided, yes, we want him, the plan would be to bring him in and someone be gone.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a space. And also as well, you know what it's like these days, 60, 62, 63 games maybe. Rotations all the time.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, Bournemouth fans right now are listening and thinking, come on, we lost so many players in the summer. We can't lose Antoine Semenyo.
They'll find another gem.
No, absolutely, because they're doing brilliant work, considering the back line was
But I think that's
obliterated.
the reason why he didn't leave in the summer, because they'd lost 3 of the back 4. They lost the keeper. They didn't want to lose the goal scorer as well. But I do know that, there was a lot of conversations being held.
Well, I think if this clause, I mean, I'm surprised that news hasn't come out earlier, or maybe he just decided to stay to enjoy his football a bit longer. But the reality is, his ability, he can play Champions League, he can play in a top team, I think, pretty much.
And step up easily.
It's never easy.
Right.
As you can see with Kirkic.
Well, I don't think I say never easy. Some players make it look easy. But the fact he's had this long now in the Premier League, and he's got to the point where he's so confident and become their main man, and it's like it's the best time to try it. And his attributes won't allow him to fail because he's so quick and powerful that you're not. He's going to get more. Well, I say more of the ball. Bournemouth have plenty of the ball, but you'd think he'd get even more of the ball in forward positions in a better team. So he's going to cause chaos wherever he goes, and good luck to him. Good luck to him. He's come from the lower leagues. He's done it the hard way. He deserves a big special move, but
So
it is
it.
difficult for the Bournemouth.
And I'm conscious we've got to hit a break, but with all these teams that we're talking about are interested potentially in him. I mean, January could be a bit of a tug of war now, even though Bournemouth will do whatever they can to resist any big money buys. But if that clause is triggered,
go before January, don't you?
Say that again.
I think he'll decide where he wants to go before Jan.
but you'd expect him to leave in January.
Yeah.
If there's a clause, they'll have to sell him.
Yeah.
I think, unless there's a clause and says it can only be in the summer.
A clause with a clause? Oh, crikey.
We are at Christmas.
Hey! And on that note, we'll take a break. When we return, we'll talk about the injury setback potentially for Arsenal for one of their defenders.